Okay, I'm really early. I'm just waiting for the chat to populate before I start the lesson. Tonight we're going to be working on stick control formulas number 37. So get the stick control book formulas out. If you have the book or the PDFs, it's formula number 37. And we're going to review the formula we did this afternoon, and hopefully to get to the Joe Morello book. Any questions on this afternoon? Okay, while I wait for the chat to populate, what I'm going to do is just warm up a little bit. And today I'm just going to do some vamping. Oh. 4 measures right, 4 measures left, and fool around with that. When I say vamping 4 measures, I'm going to play this for 4 measures, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 4 measures, and then 4 measures with the left. Okay, here we go. Just a warm up. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Hello, Robert. How you doing? Okay, that's going to be stick control formulas number 37. Do you have any problems with this afternoon with that formula? That's a pretty nice linear formula referencing from the stick control book. And as you can see, I got a haircut and I feel a lot better. Whoa. Must have lost about 20 pounds from the haircut. Any questions on this afternoon's lesson? And we're just waiting for the chat to populate somewhat. It's showing me 5 people are watching, and it's only you and I in here. Where's the other 3 people? Okay, I don't know what's going to happen with the reception here tonight, because we have some severe thunderstorms going on. Hoist, how are you, sir? Like I said, we have some severe thunderstorms. So if I get booted, I don't know if I can come back on. That's right, Robert. See, what's telling you, see what you're doing, when you're doing that exercise, it should have been written with a pickup note, but the program that I wrote that with will not allow me to get a pickup note. Let me go over it briefly, okay? Let's just do the first one. All right, that's the right, left sequence. So I'm playing all my rights. I'm going 1, and then my left is going to be 2. So I go 1, E, and now the left is E. What happens with an L, it becomes the right hand on the hi-hat. So that's 1, E, and 2, E, and now I go to the next right, which is 3, E, and 4, E, and so all I did was take the first line of stick control book, page 5, right, left, 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Okay, so I have right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. One more time. Right, left, right, left. Now if I go line 2, remember L equals the right hand on the hi-hat. Line 2 would be left, right, left, right, left, right. That's the bottom line. That's the basis of the exercise. Line 3, for example, right, left. 1, left, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, another way to think about it, every time you play that floor tom-tom, before you play the floor tom-tom, it's the bass drum. Every time before you play the hi-hat, it's the hi-hat with the foot, then the hi-hat. So if I left the E and out, the one E and the left E and the right E and the right E and the left E and the right E, the left E and the. So now I'm going to play right, right, left, left. The right E and the right E and the left E and the left E and. Do you follow that, Robert? Hoist, we're working with the stick control formulas this afternoon. I think that was number 43. Yes, sometimes it's the hi-hat on the one E and the is either the hi-hat or the bass drum, depending on what's coming up next. If you're coming to the floor tom-tom, it's a right, it's the bass drum. If you're coming to a left, it's the hi-hat. Do you understand that, Robert? Hoist, let me get that. Let me get that out. That was, I believe, 43. Yes. Yeah, 43. Okay, so if you're on 43, you on 43, Robert? Hoist, you on stick control formula 43? It's really a simple pattern. It just looks complicated. I break it down as simple as I possibly can. Now we're going to do the same thing with a triplet. So it gets a little less. And we'll do that tonight. You understand now? 43, all right. Hoist, can you get 43 out? Being I'm early, I'll give you a little lesson there for 5 minutes on what we did. You had a look at number 43. You have any problems with it? All right, well, what it is, it's a linear exercise. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Hey, Jim, that photo of that little girl, she is adorable. Is that your granddaughter? Hoist, you want me to explain it or do you understand it? Okay, we're referencing off the stick control book. On page 5, the first line, which is right, left, right, left. So what I'm going to do is make all the rights the floor tom-tom, all the lefts the right hand on the hi-hat. So if I did the first sequence, right, left, this is what I would have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when I'm doing this, I'm counting 16th notes. I'm going to run the whole line down, line 1. Just the right hand only. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2. 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 E and. So that's the right hand part. When I see a right, I hit the floor tom-tom. When I see a left, I hit the hi-hat with the right hand. Now, I was counting the 16ths. 1 E and the 2 E and the. So now what do we do for the E and? Is the E and is going to be constant throughout the exercise. So I'm going to play the 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and I'm going to leave the da out. So I have 1 E and the, 2 E and the, 3 E and the, 4 E and the, 1 E and the, 2 E and the, 3 E and the, 4 E and the. Now, that's a partially, that's we're taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, and we took care of all the E's. 1 E-N, 2 E-N, 3 E-N, 4 E-N. So now what are we going to do with the bass drum and the hi-hat? Bass drum and hi-hat. So if I did the first one, it would be right E-N, the 2 E-N. Right, the left, the right, the left. You understand that, Hoist? Now I could run down a couple more lines if you're not sure. You understand? Hello, Paul. Hello, Jimmy and Robert. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people, and there's 8 people watching. Ingedabanga. All right. Get into the chat, people. Say hello. Say, I am Julio from Costa Rica, or I am somebody from Spain. Say hello. That's the thing here. All right, so I don't have to go over 43 anymore then. Everybody understands it. Robert, Jimmy, Hoist, and Paul, correct? We all understand 43. Now, I gave an exercise the other day from the Morello book. It was inspired by the Morello book, and I put a formula to it. But we're going to go to formula number 37 next. If you guys remember the formula I'm talking about, I believe it was number 27 in the Morello book, where he goes, okay. Do you guys remember that one? Robert, you remember that? Line 3. Ah, come on, stick. Must be because I got a haircut. Oh. Okay. You remember that exercise we did with the 16th? And as a matter of fact, I think, Robert, you were the only one in the chat we're on when, we're doing a warm-up exercise. I said, well, let's try this one. So this is what formula number 37 is in reference to. Okay, instead of using 16th notes, we're going to use 8th note triplets. Everybody tell me when they're on formula number 37. Like I said, man, there's some severe thunderstorms going on, and the power might go out or something. So if I get booted, I don't know if I can get back on. Okay, so we're going to go to now, tell me, everybody, when you get to stick and drill formulas number 37. You're on, Robert's on it. Okay, Hoist, Paul, Jimmy. $37. We're taking the triplet, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Right's going to be equal to this, 1 and the. L is going to equal 1 and the. So if I have a sequence of right, left, I'd have 1 and 2 and 3. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. You see the association to this guy, number 27? Do we see that? All right, everybody's on 37. So we're counting eighth note triplets. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. R becomes 1 and the. L becomes the reverse. So if I do the sequence, I'm not following, I should follow the page. I'd have line 1, which is line 1 of the stick control book, implementing the formula. So I have 1, has to be a downstroke. Why? Because look at my next right, it's a tap. And the has to be an upstroke because now the left is an accent. 2 and the 3 and the 4 and. Do we understand that? Paul, Jimmy, Hoist, Robert. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a linear exercise because we're playing the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't write no bass drum or hi-hat in there because eventually we're going to do something different. That's the basic formula. But when we're doing it on a one surface like I just did, what we're going to do is play the bass drum first on 1, 2, 3, 4, hi-hat on 2 and 4. Then we're going to fool around with it a little bit. So first things first on one surface. Have you tried the first one so far? Line 1, 1 and the 2. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Do we understand that? Down, well, yeah, down, at first it's going to be down, okay, tap, up, because now I'm in position to nail the left. Down, tap, up. But now if I have 2 rights and 2 lefts in a row, that down, tap, up is no longer there. It becomes free stroke, tap, tap, free stroke, up, tap. It comes free stroke, tap, tap, downstroke, tap, up. Then again, free stroke, tap, tap, free stroke, tap, up. Let me break it down. The first right, you have 1. If you have 2 rights in a row, it's going to be the first right has to be a free stroke. 1, because now I'm in position to hit the second right. And the. I get to this second right is going to have to be a downstroke. That's 2. And the. I'm up to make 2 accents with the left. 3 and the 4 and the. Do we see that? Yeah, just line 1. That's it. Right back to from and forth, from the right to the left. But we go to say line 3, whereas there are 2 rights and 2 lefts. The first right's going to be a free stroke. Then you have a left, which is going to be a tap. The next left is going to be a tap. Now on a count of 2, it's your second right. It's going to have to be a downstroke, tap, up. Now I'm in position to do the next 2 lefts. Do you follow me, guys? It's a simple process. The same principle as that. That's just line 1, Robert. Down, tap, up. But the left comes up on the first one and the right comes up, depending on where the accent is. You understand line 3, guys? Or is this boring? Did I put everybody to sleep? Do we understand that? I need some input. I know there's a delay, but it can't be that much of a delay. Everyone understand line 3? I need a yes or a no. I mean, if you want to put, you shouldn't have to put, you know, if it's a free stroke tap, free stroke down. You want it, Gavin, you understand it. Paul understands it. Jimmy, what's UES? Yice? Jimmy? Just kidding, Jim. Robert, do you understand it? And Hoist, do you understand it? Now, it's a good hand exercise. If you remember, you know, what I've said in the past, I still do this. At least the left-hand side of the stick control book, full strokes, half strokes, and quarter strokes at a variety of tempos to warm up. But then I break it up a little bit. We use the 16ths. That was number 27 from Joe Morello's book, number 27, line 27. And that does help to loosen up. This is the same premise as line 27, but instead of 16th notes, it's an 8th note triplets. So Hoist understands, Robert understands. Everyone understands. Okay, good. All right, let's try another linear concept. So we had 2 of them today, and plus the accents I'll go over in a second from the syncopation formulas. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. The first way I recommend is to think 8th note triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. This is a linear concept. Okay, I don't want to overlap too many things because you're going to get confused. And I think that doing 2 days instead of 4 days for a while to 2 days gives you a lot more time to practice the new stuff. You agree? Okay, so we're going to still reference off the stick control book. Okay, we're going to make an R become bass drum, and L become right hand on hi-hat. So now I take the first sequence, right, left, right, left. We're making the R equal the bass drum. 1, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm thinking triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. If I did line 3, it'd be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So here's the linear exercise. I don't remember where it is in here. I'll let you guys know in a second. But you got to have that stick control book, at least the first 10 lines in your brain, because you've done it so many times. So here's the exercise. I have a right. It's 1. Now I'm going to fill in the and the. The and the is going to be on a snare drum. 1 and the. The left is here. 2 again and the. Right, left, right, left. 1 and the 2 and the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's simple. Do line 3, 2 rights. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. Ah, son of a bitch. Ha! 1, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. We understand that? Guys, do we understand it? Now, I'm thinking, and this is the bottom line, this is ground zero, I'm thinking 8th note triplets, just to get it off the ground and to understand the concept. Now, once you get the 8th note triplet down, you understand it? Okay. Gavin, where are you from? I'm glad that you're back. And I still didn't get your email. In the month of July and the month of August, the lessons are on Wednesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jimmy's got it, Gavin's got it, Paul, Hoist, and Robert. Boston, all right. You're close to Jimmy. Jimmy's in Mass. Thank you, Jim. Just email me, Gavin, and I'll put you on the schedule. You'll get notification of the agenda, the location and the time, and a PDF if necessary, okay? Now, that's a really nice little exercise, just thinking, being relaxed. You're not looking for speed right now. You're just trying to make it flow back and forth. Line 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you start doing it for a while, that becomes piece of cake, and you can start to increase the speed, utilizing the 8th note triplet. However, I like to play this in the 16th note triplet. And like I said, maybe a lot of guys disagree with me, and I honestly don't really care, because something that works for me works for me. It might not work for you, and there's other options. When I count a 16th note triplet, I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Each count is a triplet. So I have 1 and 2 and. That's the triplet and. So I have That's instead of 1, 2 and 3, I'm going like this. 1 and 2 and 3. And you can pick up the speed with that. And it's more practical in a fusion kind of funk situation, thinking of the 16th note triplets. The 8th note triplets is cool in jazz. You have bang, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not playing anything crazy, but it's a different feel. I count the 8th note triplet for this one: 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. That's right. The left hand is the and of the triplet. The bass drum is the right. The L is the right hand on the hi-hat. There's the similarities there. You want to see it. Very good. We'll send it again, Gavin, okay? I apologize if you did, so I'll have you on my email. It's the same exercise. Right equals the bass drum, L equals the right hand. Not just the hi-hat, the right hand, all right, on the hi-hat. So what you're doing is going, if I do less the triplet, Robert, I'll have this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'll fill in the triplet here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I did line 3, 2 rights, 2 lefts, it'd be right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Now I'm overlapping the exercises to give you the option. Either you want to do it in 16th notes like we did the formula number, was that 43? You got it, Robert? Okay, Paul's got it. Jimmy, you have it? Hoist? Maybe I'm going a little too fast. I don't know. Okay, so we worked on the accent referencing this afternoon, accent development. And I wrote it out in 8th notes, and I wrote it out in triplets. It's in the stick control book formula, the PDF or the book. And again, we reference off page 5, 6, and 7. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do 72 lines. I'm going to do maybe randomly a couple lines. If you remember, we had the bottom, and that's when I was showing the difference between syncopated and straight up and down. Well, if I'm playing 8th notes, this is an accent exercise, and it's great for the level system. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's constant. And I said, okay, we go to line 1, we eliminate the lefts, and we just reference off that just the rights. So line 1, if I eliminate the lefts, the rights are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play an accent on 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And now, the way I like to practice that is 4 measures right, 4 measures left. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Back, 1 to the right. So I like to do 4 measures right, 4 measures left, at a variety of tempos. When I hit that one, okay, I'll set the metronome, whatever, 120, 150, and I'll do that one particular exercise, 4 measures right, 4 measures left, for 2 or 3 minutes. Now, line 2, okay, what we're doing is now the right shifted over to the ands. So now I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Same thing with the left. 1 and 2 and. 4 measures right side, 4 measures left side. Line 3 is nice because you have 2 consecutive accents. So now instead of just a down up, you got a free stroke, down, tap, up. The free stroke, I'm in position to hit the next right, and now 2 is a tap. Now the and of 2 is an upstroke. I'm in position to nail 3 and, 3 and. Again, 4 measures right, 4 measures left. Now that's with eighth notes, okay? Straight up and down. Now we're going to take it to swung, okay? Okay, now, we're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's straight up and down. Now, if I think of it swung, all right, all the rights is 1 and the 2, that's 1 and the 2, the 3, the 4, the. That's the line swung. So I eliminate the lefts. So it's still, my right hand is on 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the. Okay, so now I'm going to do it to the right side. But this time, instead of doing eighth notes on the bottom, I'm going to do eighth note triplets, like 1, 2. So I have 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Back and forth, right, 4 measures, left 4 measures. Now on line 2, again, the right shifts over to the and, but now we're playing this swung, so all the ands become the da of the triplet. So I have 1 and da. Line 3, 2 rights in a row. 1 and da, 2 and da, 3 and da. Do we understand that, gentlemen? I'll break it down somewhat. So now we're doing it in eighth notes and triplets. And right there is a whole lot of exercising. You get it, everyone? Now let me explain something to you about the levels. The levels are how you play, whether you realize it or not. You play soft, you play medium soft, or you play loud. And there's attacking points are different distances from the drum. Now, I teach just, you know, the downstroke, the full stroke, the free stroke or the tap, and the upstroke. And yet they all evolve, but where I start is going to predicate to me or to anyone how I want to sound as a free stroke or a downstroke. For example, when I do the ride cymbal part, you see me hitting I'm not all the way up here for a free stroke down, a free stroke down. I'm starting here, close to the drum, so I get a nice musical sound. So I'm going free stroke, down, a free stroke, down, a free stroke. Now the free stroke's position has changed because now I'm establishing one volume. Now if I want to be here, this is a half stroke in reality, so I'm not going to go half stroke, down, up half stroke, down. It's free stroke, down, a free stroke, down. So my free stroke started in a different place. It's not free stroke up here if I'm on one surface, exploding an accent. Do we understand that? It gets a little bit involved, and I think you guys are up for that next level. Now, I had a conversation a couple days ago when Seth was here. By the way, you know, Seth is a unique kind of person, all right? I have a certain way to enter something, and I try 3 or 4 or 5 different ways to enter something for the student. And when I teach like if he was me learning and what my problem was. And I explained the entry points to whatever we were doing. At first he was there, but I gave him about 2 or 3 minutes, he was right on it. I gave that man almost 2 folders, about that thick, of work. I got hit by surprise because there was only one student. So the first 2 days we did from 12 o'clock to 6. That's 6 hours. And 6 hours is 12 hours. The first, the second, the third day we said, 4 hours, that's it. I just didn't want to overwhelm him too much. But again, let me go back. I just go off. The full stroke, the free stroke, the downstroke, and the tap. We're going to get involved with the level systems by Jeffrey Johnson. Now, I referred Stacy because she lives in Richmond, or she lives in Virginia, and my friend Jeffrey is in Richmond. So right now, because of the virus, she's doing a couple Skype lessons here and there with him. But when this thing takes off, you know, there's no more viruses, you can go out, bading, all that shit, she's going to go see him. Believe me, she's in the right hands. Jeffrey Johnson is an amazing drummer, an amazing teacher. Not because we share the same approach nor the concepts, but we were taught the same approach and the same concepts. I interject my own, he does his own. So she's getting the best of 2 worlds. Now, there's a page in Joe Morello's book I'd like to go over. I don't know if I want to give this to you, but I'm going to give it to you anyway, just to drive you guys crazy, because I like to do that. Okay. It's difficult, but you need to pay attention. All right, I'll give you the page in a second. Oh, boonga binga bunga. Okay, page 40 and 41. Of Joe Morello's Master Studies. We all should have a copy of it. Okay. Now you see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. That's a little stick control book. But that's straight up and down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the first line. Instead of playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to play that line in triplets. Example like this. We're not going to change the sticking. I'm going to do the first line slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wait a minute. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's a 4-measure increment. Now what I did, instead of playing 1 and 2 and, I took the right, left, right, and I made 1 and okay? The next is the left, 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Do we understand that, what I'm doing? Or should I have to write this down? Should I write it down? Send you the PDF? Maybe you get a better understanding if I took line 3. See, I'm taking the sticking pattern that I see on page 5, line 1, and instead of me interpreting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm interpreting the whole line, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, and I'm maintaining the sticking pattern. Now, I might have to go over 3 measures, maybe 4 measures, to come back to the 1 for the right, whatever it takes. So if I took the first right, left, right, instead of 1 and 2, that is 1 and Now the and of 2 becomes 2 and the 4 becomes 3 and the and of 1. I have to write that out for you. Here's a better way of understanding it. Let's take line 3. 2 rights, 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to say maintain that sticking, but think eighth note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're going to have this written out for you. The paradiddle becomes a paratriplet. I might be going too fast. I think I will write it out. I can't guarantee if I'm going to write it out tonight. I will, Paul, Jim, Hoist, Robert, Gavin, I will write it out. And I'll send you the PDF. It's a simple process. And it's always best. You know, you guys are spoiled. It's easier to see it written out without a doubt. Well, then you don't do it for 6 months. You say, wait a minute, what did I do? I go back to reading it. Once you put it inside you, it's going to be there forever. I will write it out, and I will explain it to you in depth. Maybe for tomorrow's lesson, okay? What I want to do tomorrow is sort of, I want to do a longer lesson tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening with reviewing what we did today, so you don't forget. Also with the new stuff. It does eliminate confusion. I have to agree with that, but the strength factor, if you get it in your brain, there's no confusion. But that's okay. I will write it out for you guys, and you're going to like that exercise. It's very challenging to maintain the sticking in triplets. Look at line, if you go to the last line on that page, it's not easy. Which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th line on the next page, that's in triplets. He puts it in 12/8. So, you know, I'm not throwing like 9,000 things at you guys. What I'm doing is trying to get you stronger and going forward instead of overwhelming and confusing you. Okay? Any questions? I'm going to try to start the lesson at 12:45 tomorrow. I get impatient. So try to make it at 12:45 instead of 1. Tomorrow evening, maybe 6:45. Any questions before I say goodnight? Okay. You know, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to write it out tonight, so you have it for tomorrow. It's not difficult to write out. Okay. No questions? Robert, Jim, Hoist, Gavin, and the people who are not in the chat. We got to stay on one thing tomorrow, or we'll kind of review. But we need to make it stronger and to reinforce what I did today inside of you. You internalize something, it's better. Yeah, okay, it's written out. It makes it a lot easier. All right, nobody has any questions. Everyone understands. All right, no problems. I will see everybody tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to try to start early. Instead of 1, maybe 12:45, maybe a little bit before that, okay? But I will be on tomorrow. We didn't get any interruptions with these storms. It's unbelievable. Okay, guys. If you have any questions, you know my email. Until tomorrow, Hoist. Okay, guys. Have a good night.